think it takes a couple of seconds for it to actually go live as well.
Right. A bit of a delay.
Yeah, YouTube sort of takes a couple of seconds to actually initialize the live, but it's pretty. I'm sure it's live. Just let me squawk this out in my announcements page. At everyone. Let's see who tunes in. Could even just wait a couple of minutes while it's live for people to actually, you know, jump into the stream, because then viewer count is 0 at the moment, but it'll pick up. It's weird, my analytics thingamajiggy is it's not the same as it used to be. I can't see who's watching and like how many people and all that. I wonder if it's something to do with my dark reader thing. Huh? YouTube Studio. No, it's not that.
Remember stupidvideos.com?
Nope.
It was like where to, you don't? Dude, it was so good. It was like where to watch like stupid stuff like before YouTube was a thing. Like it's stupidvideos.com. So you go on there and there would be the title of the video, which is basically just a brief description of what the video was and you click on it, but every time you open a video, like the logo would come up and it'd say stupid videos. And then like sing it.
Oh, I don't know.
And then the video would play.
I don't know.
Most of them was like people wiping out on like a snowmobile, or like if it was like something that was like so
like
stupid it was funny. Like they...
funniest home videos. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yep. Well, we got one person watching so far.
Well, what's up, one person? You're a legend.
It could be me, because I have it open. Another window, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, let me see. I was gonna say you can post it on my server too. The only problem with that is anyone that's in my server that's not part of your server is not gonna be able to jump in.
Well, that's fine. They can just ask in the YouTubes. Hyperlink. I know you have like a YouTube announcement thingamajiggy somewhere.
Yeah, it's just called YouTube videos. It's towards the bottom. It's like the third one from the bottom.
Yeah, I see it.
Voice channels.
Well, there's only a number of hours left of the year. And I don't mean just the Australian year. I think the TradingView year, which uses UTC.
Oh yeah, so wait, does that flip over to
so
the first, like tonight? Like, are we already on the 31st right now?
We're on, yes, we've just started the 31st of December as of 2.5 hours ago. Yeah. Or wait, let's see. It depends.
But the candle hasn't closed yet.
Let's see, the daily. Yeah, no, it's open. It's been open for half an hour.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's at 7 o'clock. I forgot because daylight savings.
Daylight savings, yeah. So going off, I'll just put my TradingView clock to just UTC, so it's all level playing field.
This marks the beginning. So this is the last daily candle in the TradingView year
for 2025. Okay. Yep, this is the last 24 hours. We're in it. The last 23 and a half.
Sweet.
And
good riddance.
What I was talking about earlier was we're in, well, what was a flag situation, and I think some people had it drawn sharper, like maybe more like that. But either way, there's a flag and there's also a descending highs. Like the tops are coming down. We've got 2 viewers now. What's up? And then ascending supports, like the lows are getting higher, the highs are getting lower. So there's a squeeze happening. And like we were saying before, the outcome is in the air. Like, who knows? I'm trying to suspend any bias that I have. What's that?
There's like you could draw it like several different ways. You know what I mean? You could draw it in a way that where if you connect like just those 2 prior lows, then it's like, you know, a bear flag that broke down and retested the bottom of it. But if you have it drawn like that, you know, the yellow one, it could just still be in an ascending channel, and then the orange is like, you know, a triangle.
Yep.
But yeah, like that exactly. Like you could consider that was a bear flag that broke down and with a bearish retest to the bottom of it, like a Livermore pivot. But it has yet, like, we can't really count that as a confirmed rejection because it hasn't made a lower low. You know what I mean? Like ever since that rejection off the bottom of it,
it's just
has
sideways.
put in higher lows. So
yeah, there's no real sort of revelation falling out the bottom of that. I would argue that that's been an ascending wedge, a rising wedge, not an ascending. Yeah, bouncing here to there, to there, to there, and then it kind of double tagged the top before coming down, and then losing it, and then it's bumping against it, like fairly significantly here and here, which makes me think that that line is certainly valid to have in place. I will change its color though, because it's getting a bit confusing if they're all yellow.
I was like kind of convinced that that was the bearish retest, but then I was expecting it to put in a lower low. Like it would have to take out the low that it put in before the bearish retest. You know what I mean? It hasn't taken out that low yet. It's still high. Like we consolidated higher, and that high volume node with the VPVR at like, I think it was 86,800. Like it just hasn't dropped below that at all. Like maybe there's been some wicks below it.
86.8. What was that? Yeah. Low or high value, as in
it's
like
a
cheap
high volume node on like the VPVR.
Yeah.
Or it's called VRVP thanks to the Mandela effect, but yeah, it'll always be VPVR to me. But yeah, visible range volume profile.
Yep.
Has a really high volume node sitting there. And even if you took a fixed range from where the
look, my subscription ran out, so I can't use that.
Oh no, it's alright. We can do it on my screen if you want afterwards.
Yeah, that's cool. Like what I was pointing out earlier, it's back. So every time, just the calendar change. Not every year does this, but sometimes you do see, like once that 31st, once that new year rolls over, the velocity picks up.
Big move.
Yeah, the volumes come back and a move happens.
Yeah, and it's funny because somebody was telling me earlier, they were like, it's moving up, but there's no volume. Like the volume's still very low. I'm like, well, that doesn't always mean that it has to go down. Like a lower volume like a low volume environment presents like an opportunity for somebody to come move the price. Like if it's a whale and they want to pump it, if there's no volume, then it's going to be easier to pump because there's really like not many traders that are involved that are going to be looking at it to, like, you know, creating resistance, like selling pressure. But if there's, you know, also if they wanted to dump it, it's like there's nobody really looking at it that's going to say like, oh, I'm going to step in and buy right here. when there's low volume. So I feel like whales, they can really it's much easier for them to influence the price in one direction or another when you're in a real low volume environment.
Yeah, definitely. Because
it's just a question if somebody lights a match or not.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, that too. Thin order books, that causes a bunch of slippage. So it's like there's no volume, the order book is thin, and some whale comes and hits the market buy button, and just like, you know, it'll just send the price like very easily. It'll send the price up like the hot knife through butter.
I think so. I think there's a good chance of that. I was looking at order books earlier and seeing where the bulk of the orders are currently sitting. The tricky thing is that can change quite easily. Like even within a moment's notice, those walls can get taken down and put back up somewhere else. And yeah, order books, yeah.
All the order, but they're spoofing stuff with the algorithms. They're always spoofing orders, and like, but if there's an order that's been sitting around for a long time, chances are they probably won't move it.
I wonder if there is some kind of indicator put up
for the order book.
Yeah,
I wish, dude. I've been looking for one forever, like a liquidity order book, like heat map or something.
Yeah,
I mean, CoinGlass has one, but it's like you can't get an indicator on TradingView that takes that data because it doesn't like foreigns, like trading, like PineScript. For some reason, PineScript doesn't like anything, like any foreign data from like another website. Like it wants to keep everything internal. So you have to like find a way around it to where you can code it into PineScript. But then doing that using the API data doesn't really work. I think there's a way. The guy Leviathan, the liquidation levels by Leviathan, it's based off of open interest and volume, but that's only like, so it gives you an idea of where those orders would be, but I don't know if it necessarily takes data from the order book itself.
Right.
I think it just makes calculations based off of like where people have likely taken entries.
There's a trending tab for community indicators. Order block footprints by Algo Alpha. Let's see what that does. Oh wow. Okay, I have to zoom in to get that. Footprints. Order block footprints. I would have to learn how to use that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like TradingView, if you can get like a one that looks pretty, but like, if you use super charts on like another website like CoinGlass, you can look at the whale orders and large trades, and it shows you like basically where large trades have happened, or like, you know, where in the order book where there's orders that are placed.
Yeah. Oh, yo, it's King Nummy in the YouTube comments.
King Nummy was good, bro.
Isaac.
What's up, Isaac? Good to hear from you, bro.
We're just doing a crypto wrap up for 2025.
Yeah, Isaac, you should come join us.
Just hanging out. Just hanging around.
Me? Just hanging around.
Yeah. Who, me? I love that. Who, me?
Realistically, Isaac is like, I was about to go to sleep when you guys went live.
Yeah. Crypto Down Under. I haven't been in this Discord for a long time. I remember back in the day, late 2021, when this had some form of like just Crypto Down Under group where people had only come in
you had
through
your
this
own
avenue.
little community in here.
There was a guy called Shocker. Do you ever remember him? And
yeah, vaguely.
He was kind of abrasive, but he was alright. He was still like a character. Olay used to hang out in here, definitely.
Yeah, Olay had the bar
down
down under.
Who else?
Well,
did
like
we
I
have?
remember like Spaten.
Yeah,
Spaten was
Spaten and
definitely like
Mrs.
someone's
Spaten.
exclusive.
Yep, South African guys.
Like a
Yep.
few yeah,
It was
and a
good
few
fun.
other Aussies and like
Yep. You know, Jimmy. Well, Jimmy, he came in through this, I think.
I'm pretty sure that we got Clive because of you. Clive came into your. He never came into Thames.
I
I think he
Clive
came into yours.
through this avenue. Yeah, definitely.
Clive was a regular here, and then of course we all remember what happened with Gil. Hey, Isaac.
Hey,
What up,
Chief? Yo, we're just we're winging it. That's what we're doing. We're just winging it.
Yeah, we get the
Talking
casual
about-
end of your stream.
Yeah, just talking about how it's wrapping up. You know.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd say hi, man.
For sure, man.
I'm at the end of my solar battery charge here. I'm getting tired.
Oh, yeah. Sun's gone down.
Yeah, man, it's getting dark over here early. It's dark at like 4 p.m.
Yeah, it makes it rough.
It's gonna start turning around though, because we already hit the solstice. So like I think we already had the shortest day on the 21st. So we should start getting longer days from here on out. But it's still cold as balls.
Yeah, we'll eventually come out of hibernation. Yeah, we survived 2025 in the crypto market. That's good.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, just barely. If you're holding altcoins, I think if you're like, heavy on altcoins and just exclusively altcoins, it's been a year of wreckage.
Reflecting back, because I've got. Let me just hide these other lines just so we can zoom in on this. Let's get those hidden as well. All right. This is all sort of channeled out. This is just strictly showing each year between the white lines here, the columns. It's so reminiscent of 2021, year of 2021. You know, you had a really nice start to it, although the start happened late 2024 this time around. And then you've had, you know, like a local high, distribution event, sell-off, support found, which is kind of what happened over here. Yeah, there's just similarities there. You had the push higher. This push higher was way more impressive though. Maybe logarithmically not so much, like it's more similar to like the last bull market, like performance-wise, but price-wise, yeah, it is a bigger push to a new height. And then I did this on the stream I did, I think it was just yesterday or the day before, was I grabbed a ghost pattern just for fun and like sort of suggested that if it did anything similar, because you know we bear flagged last time too, like kind of what we're in now. So if you match that up, like to like say roughly there were some interesting like correlations or like coincidences or whatever you want to say. And one of them was a Fibonacci.
Yeah, what's weird is that
this fib here, look where it hits, like, you know, very close to the 618, like the golden pocket, if it was to do that. And that's not that devastating.
And it's linear?
Yeah, this is just a linear, a linear retracement. And that's assuming that I've pulled the fractal properly. Like, I mean, it's such a vague method, of course, but...
Yeah, oh no, this consolidation could go on as long as that other one did.
Yeah.
I mean, but how long did that last one go for? Because I felt like it was only a couple months.
Oh, this flag here? Yeah.
Yeah, the one from 2021, or 2022, sorry.
Russia going into Ukraine happened somewhere inside this flag.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 months.
a lot of stress was happening in the markets, a lot of fear.
Yeah, I think the
Something
flag
like
pole.
this. Yeah. Something like that. It lasted basically, let's just say January, February, March, April, like 4 months. It will take a couple of days. So how many have we done of the current flag scenario? Already done at least a month, surely.
Yeah, so late February of 2022 was when Russia invaded Ukraine. But we had already gotten word from Jerome Powell that they were going to reduce the balance sheet and like basically start quantitative tightening. We found that out in like early February, I think.
Yeah, this the drop, like, structure, at least, okay, wait, because there was a point of structure here, which was at the time, let's say 40,000, just to say a round number, and we kind of, there was a little suggestion that we would bounce off it right here. See that? This is the daily chart, so there's a number of days where we did react off that level. Not impressively, but there was something of a reaction of 40,000. But it wasn't enough to, like, that's when you really got the breakdown. Like, just here, that was when it was like, the structure was, at least at that point of structure, was lost.
Check this out. See how there's that big scam wick right there?
This one?
Yeah, November. So like, say that's the one we just got on October 10th.
October 10, yeah.
And the rest of the consolidation is like up into that line, like early December.
Right. This situation that we're in. Yeah.
Yeah. What if that's where we're at right now? You know, and it's just yet to fall.
It could be. The thing, like, my bullish kind of scenario would be that we're going to do something like this. Like I was pointing out earlier, where we just need that calendar to flip. You know, the new financial year starts, and then all the new volumes come in. Yeah,
well, I mean, that does lend credence to the theory of like the tax loss harvesting. Like, everyone's just harvesting like their losses for taxes like before the end of the year. If this is sort of the last day they can do it, or maybe they consider yesterday the last day they could do it, then that could be where a lot of the selling pressure is coming from. But if they still want to be involved in crypto, if they're not like, oh yeah, we'll just take that and be good with it, like, because they could be offsetting taxes for like massive gains that they made this year. So it's like, okay, just like if you owe like $10,000 in taxes, it's like, okay, well, if I take a loss now, I can write off 3,000, so I'll only have to pay 7,000. Meanwhile, they made like 180K, like, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like, that might be the case here, and then all they have to do essentially is buy back on the first day of the year, and when they do that, all they have to do is hold for a year from that date. You know what I mean? So if they buy tomorrow, like January 1st, and they hold until January 1st, 2027, they can sell, and it's not short-term capital gains tax anymore. It's like long-term capital gains tax if you hold it for anywhere over a year.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's like they might have grabbed some like in December of last year, and then they just sold it this year.
At the back end of 2023, December was very like it was kind of just, you know, nothing really happened. The start of December was cool. You had that rally there. But look at the change of the calendar. Like, this is kind of zoomed in, but this is still the daily chart. You can see the directional change. And look, this was the hype around the SEC spot Bitcoin ETFs. There was some false starts. There was just a lot of volatility locally in that spot. But anyway, you can see like it basically pivots at the new year.
Fake release.
Yeah. there was the Matrix Port article FUD that came out saying that, oh, it's unlikely to get approved. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
but
that's
there was
what
also
caused
the
that.
fake SEC tweet.
Yep, and that
like somebody
caused...
apparently hacked Gary Gensler's account or the SEC's Twitter account and said it was approved when
Yeah.
it really wasn't.
Yep,
They're
and that
like, somebody
happened.
hacked us. Like, yeah.
It happened literally maybe the day before, or 2 days before the official. So it kind of stole the thunder of the move. But anyway, you can see.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't quite a week, but it was like a couple days after.
Yeah.
that
So
they
back to the
actually came
point,
out.
it was like it was the change of the year that caused a resurgence of movement in the chart. This 24 into 25, like last year, like this time 12 months ago, similar again. Look, you had a high point that gold sold off, but the low of that direction there was found like a couple of days before New Year's. So once again, look at the pickup once the New Year started. See that? The rally?
Yeah.
It's like a New Year rally. It's happened there, and I think it definitely happened back here in a big way.
Yeah, 2023 for sure. That was the end
yeah.
of the bear market.
Yeah, exactly. That was, you could argue
Just
that
ended
was the
abruptly.
real pivot. I mean, obviously that's the technical low there. The market pivoted at that point. There's no question. Big pivot that happened. And then you had...
Yeah, Elon was like, we're back in.
Yeah. This one was, nothing really. It was just continuation, wasn't it? You kind of stalled here. Maybe there was one day that had a little bit of action, but overall, nothing really.
So I guess like my question is, where were we at like October of 2024? Because that's where it like, that was right before the election, right? October of 24. So whoever bought there, they probably unloaded like during that flash crash or whatever, because there was definitely some whale activity involved in that. And there seems to be a pattern emerging when it comes to those like big flash crash scam wicks or whatever. They like tend to lead to a bear market. This one was much larger in terms of like the amount of volume of people that were liquidated. Like $20 billion liquidation was the largest one we've ever seen. But it produced like a pretty similar wick to any other time. If you take the October, I think it was that dip right there. Yeah.
This
like,
dip here?
That first higher low.
October, yeah.
Yeah, so anyone that bought there, they had been holding for a full year before the flash crash happened this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they could have contributed to causing that dump just because it was October. Like, my theory is that most of the bigger, smarter money, they start dumping for tax loss harvesting in October. Just because you have until the end of December to do it doesn't mean that people necessarily wait that long.
Yeah, I mean, they could have looked in some losses back here just to sort of claim against them, you know.
Well, even if like they sold and took profit, right? If they bought back, like say they took profit at like the 112 or 120, if they bought back in after the flash crash, then they would be in at like around 100K or so, right? So now we're down at 80K. They could still sell and claim that as a loss, but they're still up because we're at 80K now. Back there we were at like 60. And that's when Isaac said, we ain't never going below 60K. And he was right.
He was right.
I mean, so far, he's been right.
Yeah.
And that's where I closed my last, like, really big short entry. Like, that's all I'm going to get out of it. And then I only closed half of it. The rest got stopped out in the profit, but I round-tripped probably a good few $100s.
I can totally get on board with people who are still bullish in the sense that you've got a low here, a higher low here, higher low here, a higher low here, and this has been a higher low. this level here is like a pretty decent line in the sand, but people may be reserved on being bearish until that gets lost. You know? And that's
so like,
I know that's Traeger's line in the sand, which is
so
totally
Ben Cohen kind of thinks that it's essential for us to like sweep the 74K low in order to bring in more demand to push us up for the dead cat bounce. Because like if you look at 2021, like late 2021, after the double top, it did sweep the low that it made previous to putting in that, like it made a slightly higher high, but it swept that low right there, yeah. And then it started putting in the bear flag, but we still went up to test like the 50 weekly and the 200 daily, and that was the end of the dead cat bounce. Conveniently, that's when Terra Luna collapsed, but
exactly.
I mean, it's been happening as a 4-year thing. Yeah, what is that? The 200?
The 200 daily SMA.
Yeah, so if we were to sweep 74K and then come up and retest that, it would be like a pretty similar pattern.
Yep. Definitely.
Where is that at now? That's above 100K?
Yeah, it's like 107 or something, I think. $107,009. Yeah. According to this chart.
Yeah, so say we went down, just hypothetically speaking, say we went down to like 70K, is that where the 0.5 is?
Pretty much, yeah. 70,900.
So what would the percentage gain be from that point all the way up to the 200 daily?
Be about 50%.
50%?
Basically, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that sold for tax loss harvesting, they could grab some more and then sell the rest of what they had at that point.
Yeah. And if it is a structural test, which was the top back here, met with the support of the tariff dump, that is essentially like basically 74. You know, a bounce at 74, which is another popular idea.
I mean, if you look to the left, it probably matches up pretty well with the last cycle's all-time high. Like,
I mean, yeah, it gets it's
just the green, like the green line there at that 0.5 is like almost right at the ATH.
It's pretty much like a big zone. It's a structural zone, no doubt. If you go like this, it definitely has context with that level. As like a diagonal.
Okay, there's multiple touches on that.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a point of interest. It's probably the biggest point of interest on the chart at the moment, I think. Is this? It's either a diagonal going like that, or more like something like that, to be a bit more specific.
Yeah, it kind of seems like where all the clues are pointing is that like the bull market is essentially over, but the bear market has yet to get underway. Like it's yet to be like confirmed and like really get going.
It's like a limbo. You know what I mean? Yes, I think so.
The fact that there's all this confusion right here at this level too is like, I think making people less enthusiastic about higher prices, but at the same time, there's been massive amounts of buying happening, like at this level too. And apparently, like this is a metric from a few months ago, but like 75% of the supply that's out there, like circulating, has a cost basis above 85K. Or like at 85K or above. So like most, like 75% of the holders, or I forget if it's 70% or 75, but like 70% of the holders, like their average cost is at 85K or higher. So it's like that could mean one of two things. Like we either find a temporary bottom or like sort of more of a macro pivot somewhere around this level if people are just willing to hold and not sell, or if enough selling pressure shows up, it could cause those people to panic sell and then just try to reposition later, like at a lower price, because then they would basically be capitulating. What's interesting to me is that the average cost of mining a Bitcoin is around, like, it's between like 70 and 75K. There's actually an indicator you can bring up for that. Let me see if I can find the name of it, because I know I favorited it. It's funny looking through all the indicators that I favorited, but I don't like use anymore. Like just different strategies that I used to use, and then I was like, okay, I found something better. Damn, what was it? I know I have BTC mining costs. Is that what it is? Which it has lowered a little bit ever since the top of the market. The mining cost has gone down, but I think that's because all those Chinese miners have shut off. So now it's like right about 74K.
How's the hash rate changed because of the Chinese shutdown of mining? I'm gonna look that up. BTC hash rate. Chart. Yeah, it's not too bad. Sorry to blind everyone with this, so let me change it to dark mode. There we go. Okay, so Bitcoin price is the white line, and then the hash rate's the blue line. So there has been somewhat of a downtrend on hash rate, but it seems to have copped a higher low recently, the hash rate. So it hasn't necessarily died and gone down, but it could have found a pivot. There was a big spike of the hash rate back. What date is that? The 13th of December. So the middle of December, there was a big hash rate spike. So more horsepower coming out of the Bitcoin network. Then it dropped off again, and now it's rising back up. And yeah, there's always fluctuations, but as an overall trend, like the broader picture, the hash rate's just been climbing as more people get involved in mining Bitcoin, or more, more mining projects go online. Hit all. It's pretty cool. Blockchain.com. Look at that hash rate drop off. That's when Elon Musk was saying that he has concerns about the environmental impact of mining Bitcoin. There was a massive drop off in the hash rate. It's like some of the miners agreed with him and closed their operations down or something. I don't know. It's a pretty significant drop. Look at that beautiful arc there of the hash rate back in 2013. It arced up really nice. Give you a log? Oh my log. So logarithmically, the hash rate's just been kind of steadily climbing. Steady as she goes. Alright. I haven't even really deep dived too far into altcoins wrapping up this year. I know that a lot of them are like down a lot, which is good for the value, right? If you're planning on buying. I'm gonna see if this, because I've got free TradingView now. My subscription ran out and I didn't renew it. Which is completely fine. I can still do what I need to do on the free version. Dogecoin anyway. Let's go to that. Doge on the daily. Yeah, that's just been a slow bleed going down toward, you know, that old accumulation range of between 5 and 10 cents. Would love to buy Dogecoin below 10 cents. That'd be cool. Start picking some up around there. Some say that this could get below a penny again. Get below 1 cent. Or at least get below the range. I've only got 8 people tuned in. That's kind of like a little indicator right there too. This is not a hyper part of the market. We're definitely not in like hype or euphoria or anything of that nature. This is kind of like just the enthusiasts who are still locked in regardless of what's happening. Like, so well done, guys. You guys are like the accumulator, smart money type, in my opinion. I was saying similar things in the bear market of last bear market, right? Whenever I was streaming, sometimes my streams would only get like 5 people tuned in. And this is like back somewhere in this area. And I was saying, congratulations to you guys, because you are showing up when it matters, like in the accumulation zone. So once again, we're hitting similar kind of vibes as we have dropped off the high point. Not saying that we're at a bottom or anything, but we're in the same like psychological environment, if that makes sense. People don't like crypto when it goes on sale for some reason, which is good because that trend, that reality hasn't changed, and that produces opportunity. Like, we can capitalize off that fact. I don't want that relationship to change with retail and money and involvement. I want that to be the case going forward because it's predictable. You can predict what happens when things drop off interest, when things get boring, you buy it, like, or you accumulate. You at least start accumulating again, right? And then when things get frothy and excited and euphoric, like we've been in, definitely we're in it here. We were in it up here. We were in it around here too. Any highs, you know, these are like times that you want to sell off what you bought at the previous, like, boring point. If I was to find an emoji that depicts boredom, is there a good one? Maybe the yawning emoji? anytime there's like a dip or like low prices, the bore factor increases, and it's very boring right now for people. And then you've got excitement, maybe the starry-eyed up near the highs. You can see the trend. Let's see what sort of happens. So I would say these are like inter-cycle swings. So low to high, low to high, low to high, low to high to low. So if you're just playing the swings, this is a beautiful zone to pick up along, in my opinion. And historically, a calendar change can be that turning point, and we can certainly get a relief off what this correction has been. I'm not suggesting that it reignites the bull market so that we can go price discovery again. I'm just saying it's enough to get a trade happening. So there is an idea to look at getting long. Not financial advice, but we'll see how it pans out. So that turning point is coming up potentially, like as we get the new year started. I don't know where Kwai went. I think maybe his computer is connected or his internet dropped out. I don't know. But that's all good. Let me read through the chat. Sup Rick, been a while. Have you entered 2026 yet? Not yet. Just know how the future is looking. Happy New Year, thank you. Yeah, hasn't quite hit yet, man. It's 11:21 a.m. on the 31st of December.
Hello?
Hello? Anybody?
I'm over here just having fun.
So, oh yeah, now that we're in here, let me add a couple of soundboards. Whoops. Would it? Maybe it's just in expectors. Yeah, it is. Hello?
Hello?
Cool. I'll upload another one. Anybody? So, yeah, I don't. You know what? We're definitely not at a hype point right now, are we? I think most people are comfortable saying that. If fear and greed, it's not a point of greed right now. So, just looking at this snapshot here, you can pretty much boil down, okay, this is a more favorable area to buy. These boring yawn areas where the guy's yawning. Nice and simple. And maybe we do get like another hype spot here. And maybe that's our big old fat right shoulder to what is like the head and shoulders that really seals the deal to the cycle. And we bear down. Yeah, I don't know, Kwai. I can hear you popping out and in and out and in. I can't hear you talking if you're trying. It says that you're muted. Your mic is muted right now. Muted. Well, I was gonna wrap this stream up shortly anyway. Yeah, we touched some pretty good ideas about the cycle. Alright, well, I think that's a pretty good little point to end on. The fact that
Hello?
we've had these dip and rips. And the idea is that we've certainly dipped. Yeah, I can hear you if you're tuning in.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I
And-
switched over to my phone.
Oh,
Sorry
okay,
about that,
cool.
my
Yeah,
computer crashed or whatever.
worries.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all good. Yeah, dips. There's certainly a pattern of dip and rips, and these are the intra-cycle swings that happen. So yeah, there's been a sell-off. Bitcoin's at a discount off the high. Awesome. The potential for a swing is high, like a swing up, as things have cooled back off. You know, it's a 382 fib level that we're sitting on top of, arguably. And it very well could break the 4-year cycle and go higher into price discovery. That remains to be seen. I wouldn't count on it, but keep an open mind. When the candles do it, that's when you can be like, yeah, it's broken, and then you can readjust and reassess and whatever. But I think just be cautious of if we do get a push up, that it becomes a lower high. Like maybe we hit this structure, this high structure here, and then reverse, and then we get our big fat head and shoulders, cycle top, confirmed, whatever. So that confirmation might not come through until like June. It might be 6 months down the track before we actually say, yes, it's a confirmed head and shoulders breakdown. And I'm open to subscribing to that theory too. So nothing has completely confirmed yet. We're sort of in limbo between two worlds right now. So, but there's just other metrics that you can look at, other contexts, like moving averages. Like if I hide everything here and just strictly look at the moving average here, the 200 daily, or let's use the weekly 50, switch this to the weekly chart and turn off the 200. Historically, that's that's a pretty ugly sign to get below that. If you're a bull guy or girl, losing the 50 weekly is not historically a strong thing to happen. quite the opposite. It's a huge sign of weakness in the market, and it's correcting.
But it does give a good point of reference for where the price could return to, and if it gets to that point, it's
Yes.
likely to reject. Like, it puts probabilities on your side.
That's right. Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, like the change of the calendar could produce a really nice long from around here, you know? And you know, the rally that goes to 100 and beyond, maybe even to 107k or whatever, for meeting a lower high and then rejecting from
Yeah, I
there,
have a nice
like,
little scalp going now. It's already hit 3 of my 5 targets, but I mean, I would
Cool.
definitely be apt to want to find like a good entry, one that I can hold for a long time. But those usually, like, I'll try to catch a falling knife until I end up getting one that sticks, and then, you know, trying to find the ultimate low, and then that's the one that I'll hold for like multiple months. But
Yeah.
I mean, I was just doing a scalp here, but like, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be the one that leads into those like macro lower highs. Maybe it is. Maybe I just missed it by a couple days, but you know, it's risk management. You got to take that into account as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
I didn't
I think there's
see anything
some...
that screamed go long here and hold it for 3 months. You know, I didn't see anything like that. But man, it does seem to want to like hold this level, like around 86.
It seems to be trying to put the
86,
brakes
8.
on. Yeah. I think looking at
The
it,
range is getting tighter.
This is definitely there's some things that you can definitely count on, like statement wise, and one of those statements is that this is not a point of euphoria. What is euphoria for?
Yeah,
selling and taking profit into euphoria. So should you be taking profit and selling? You should have done that months ago, you know, like 3 months ago,
or
4 or whatever.
Or
so this is more of a
look
buy.
for the next best opportunity.
Yeah. It just, the context of where you came from is important. Like, where did you open the position that you have? How up or down are you, you know, and then assess that way. But yeah, context is everything. This is what causes a lot of arguments, is that there's lack of context and people aren't really talking contextually. They're sort of just talking about the resulting opinion of what's happening.
Yeah, whenever,
rather than context.
like, everyone's always got their opinions and their own bias. It's like, if you're someone who's holding a bag, then yeah, like your bias is inherently going to be bullish, because like you want the price to go up. So like you think, oh, I'm underwater, I need the price to go up in order to break even or make profit. So like I'm looking for every like scenario that presents like the idea that we're going to be going up from here. But meanwhile, there's somebody else that already sold, or maybe they open a massive short position, and they're obviously going to be like, nah, no way, man, it's going down. You know, it's going to be going down from here. So like if you have that bias, like whenever money gets involved, like it sort of forces you into a certain bias, but it's like you really should be impartial to that. Like just look at the chart and logically and say, like, what are the probabilities? Like, what is the most probable scenario versus like what you want to happen? Because it's like you need to trade the market that you have, not the market that you want. And,
right.
I mean, sometimes that involves taking losses. Like, I mean, we could go up for a dead cat bounce, and like I could choose to sell what I have left and then open a huge short position, and I might be successful. Like, I might be right about it, but I could there's an equal, if not greater, chance that I get thrown for a loop. I get completely screwed, and the price just keeps going up and goes parabolic to squeeze out all the people that had the same idea as me to short. You know, if a bunch of people are thinking, oh, it's going to reject from here, it's definitely going to reject from here, and it's going to go down, and everyone opens short positions, like that opens the door to the possibility that there's a huge short squeeze back up to like all-time high or like beyond or something. You know, if people keep jumping into shorts. So, I mean, anything can really happen, and each and every moment in the market is unique, and like anything can happen at any time. Like we look for the probabilities, but there's no certainties. There's just like
That's
clues
right. Yeah,
as to what
you're right. It is. It's just a spectrum of probability. You know, the beginning of the spectrum is extremely low probability, the end of it is extremely high, or flip vice versa, however you want to arrange it. But yeah, there's extremes.
All we can do is gather as many clues as we can to figure out what we think might happen, or like what is most probable to happen. A lot of times that ends up being only 40 chances, and it's like, you want to trade with the probability, so trade in the way that's probable, but then also hedge against the possible. And if anything's possible, then you could be wrong and something else happens that's entirely different. So it's like having a plan. Like, part of risk management, one of the most important parts of having risk management is understanding each and every scenario that could possibly play out, and having a plan for an action that you're going to take, like regardless of which scenario plays out. Have a plan for that. Like if we go down, have a plan for what happens if we go down. If we go up, have a plan for what happens if we go up. Like, anytime there's a sort of a change in character or whatever. But only stick with your bias as long as the confirmation that your bias is correct. As long as that's present, stick with your bias. But if what you think is going to happen gets invalidated, like, one, you need to have that point in which you say, okay, what I thought was going to happen is wrong. Like, my theory was invalidated. Now I have to pivot and switch to my plan B, or sometimes it's like plan C or plan E, or but having multiple plans, like one for each scenario, is, I think, the most important part of risk management that people overlook.
Totally.
Because you might lose money off of one idea, but as long as you are able to like pivot, like switch your perspective, change your mind, switch your bias, you can still make money on the next idea. Now, there's always going to be an opportunity to make money one way or another, but giving up on one idea, I think, is like what a lot of people struggle with a lot of times, because it's like, oh no, I was so sure that this was going to happen, and I had all the evidence to suggest that it absolutely would, and then it just didn't. It's like, well, that's part of being a trader, like accepting that you're wrong. I mean, for me, I know that I only have I'm pretty good at TA. Like, I'm pretty good at like analyzing a chart and calling what's going to happen. Like, I'd say I'm pretty much right almost 70% of the time. But as a trader, I only win probably about 40% of my trades. Like, I don't have like a super good win rate when it comes to trading. Like, I mean, when I'm talking about like trading on leverage or whatever. Investing is sort of like it. Being on spot and investing is sort of like a different thing. Like, you're kind of playing a different ball game. But when it comes to just trading, like in and out, and like, especially if you're on leverage or whatever, that type of thing, it's like I might only be right 40% of the time. But if the 60% of the time that I lose, I'm only losing a little bit of money, but the 40% of the time that I'm right and I'm winning a lot more money than what I lost, then, like, I mean, that's the recipe.
Yeah, that's
like
the
being
edge.
able to accept you might be wrong most of the time, but when you're right, as long as you're right in a big way, you'll be successful.
Yeah, that's exactly it. As long as you have that on your side, you should be, over time, that edge will play out and serve you for profits. It should outweigh your losses. What time is it? 38. Okay. Approaching midday. Poor old Dogecoin. It's back into its hibernation.
Yeah, it still hasn't hit the 11 cents that I was thinking it would.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This is exciting.
I'm still buying it.
Oh yeah, dude. This is definitely. If you like, this is how I would boil down Dogecoin. I think maybe logarithmically it'd be better to describe it. But look, up, down, up, down. I have to just pick some really obvious pivots here, but yeah, these zigzags. There's definitely areas of buying. There's definitely like pumps to take profit in. So we're not in a pump right now. So what do? A lot of the market is in buy territory rather than sell territory right now. So if you have anything available, consider picking it up. But not financial advice, just ideas.
Yeah, you could just DCA or like try to like value cost average and pick out like, you know, like areas where you might not catch the bottom, but at least you're picking up a little bit here and there, and it's close enough to the bottom where your average will be lower. Like if you're someone that sold like us, like we sold in like, you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, I didn't start buying again until at least like 20 cents, and then, you know, 16 to 13 cents was my real big area. Now I'm thinking, you know, maybe 11 cents could go down to there, but at the same time, it's like I'll be buying this area because it's on a discount compared to where I sold. That might end up not working out too well if we just continue down lower. Like if Bitcoin shits the bed and all the altcoins just like continue to drop like dramatically, then, you know, I'll end up with an average that's higher than, you know, the current like market value of it. But, you know, I'm sure that eventually over enough time, I'll be able to either get out at break even or in the profit or whatever. Like, I mean, I'm fully planning on making profit on Dogecoin. It's one of those things where I believe in it enough that it's not going to go to zero. So I buy as much as I can when it's discounted. And then there's usually 1 or 2 days a year where it just goes wild and, you know, rips up out of control. So
you just have to be ready to get the hell out, you know, off it. Because the chances of it coming all the way or a long way back is high. So you do have to have at least a trailing stop or a way out with Dogecoin. Same can be said for a lot of altcoins. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I wasn't like at 50 cents. I wasn't like, oh, dude, it could go to $1. I'm gonna buy more. I was like, it could go to $1, but I'm gonna sell here because you know, I'm already up 5x. And,
yeah.
You know, like I don't want my average to be stuck high up here because then I'm holding a bag. Like it's definitely not at a discount; it's at a premium, so I can always get more later. Like that's something that's always like brought me a lot of confidence with Dogecoin. It's like it's ebbs and flows. Like it goes up. It has these exciting moves up, and then it has these dramatic moves down, and then it has these boring points, and then before you know it, there's another like exciting move up. And that's the move that people chase. They chase it. They like as it's going up, they chase it on the way up, and they buy higher lows or they buy higher highs, and they FOMO win, and then that pushes the price up further. And when in that, you know, scenario, that's where I would take profit. You know what I mean? Because that presents the opportunity to take profit. When everyone's capitulating and dumping off, nobody wants it anymore. That's my opportunity to collect it. You know, I don't think it's really going anywhere. But, I mean, you could say sort of the same thing about like Ethereum. Ethereum's been really stressful for a lot of people this year too. I haven't been that involved in Ethereum myself. I'm more heavier on some other stuff.
It's been pretty. It's been a lot of price volatility this year. Look how dramatic it has been since the start of the year.
That could even be making like
highs, all the way down here, all the way up here, and then all the way back to over here. Huge zigzag of volatility.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, that could be if you link those two highs. That could be making like a big, huge, like megaphone pattern.
Right. And look at last year. That was like, just look at, if you just take these away from the chart, for like,
that's a lot of volatility.
So much volatility. No real,
and it's a lot of indecision too.
Yeah.
There's no commitment to either side.
Yeah. It's just range bound, but just the range is giant. It's very mega. When you squash it to logarithmic, yeah, you can sort of see that it's.
I mean, I don't mind it so much. I think the problem with Ethereum making new all-time highs, like durably pushing above the previous, going into price discovery, I think the biggest problem with that is just like its inflation rate now fluctuates so much. So there's a time where it's like deflationary, and then there's times where it's inflationary, and it's always flip flopping or whatever. Ever since they did the proof of stake thing, when they switched over to proof of stake, like it just hasn't been behaving the same way that it always did. Like I really feel like it hasn't been behaving properly
Yeah,
ever since
that's
that date.
here.
I think it was back in 2023.
Yeah, September 2022 is the merge.
Oh, 2022, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, ever since then, I just feel like it hasn't been acting right. Like, I don't know, it's like been less predictable. But I mean, it's you also could say like you could blame it on monetary policy. The fact that we've been in quantitative tightening, that
Yeah.
crypto hasn't really seen this degree of monetary, this like
Level of it.
strict-
Yeah.
yeah, like we haven't seen monetary policy be
economy's
this
been
strict
tight.
like in crypto.
Yep, definitely. The economy has certainly been tight. The biggest economy in the world, arguably, the United States economy. And yeah, other economies as well have been the same. Pretty tight. That could all be panning out to be something different in the near future.
I mean, yeah, I'm just wondering where
Powell's
is like
out
where do we
March,
get this? Where do we get this whole big like shift where the Fed pivots and it causes this whole big huge thing like inflation's not a problem anymore and interest rates aren't a problem anymore and there's a ton of liquidity everywhere that needs to be spent and it comes out of like the low risk stuff. Where does it go? Like, you know what I mean? Because there's metals are pumping. Like, you know, gold has been pumping like hell this year. Silver just started catching up, like pumping like hell.
Yeah.
I was talking to my buddy and I was like, dude, yo, like, do you still have that silver bracelet? Because like it's worth 4 times as much as it was in 2022
Yeah.
or 2023. I'm like, I'm like even back in the beginning of 2023. I'm like, just 2 years later, like it's up like four times.
Yeah. Oh. Well, look at this day, the 29th. It did a almost 4.5% correction off the high there. Gold.
Yeah, dude, silver
about
came
silver?
down. Silver went ripping like the other
silver's
night.
very volatile.
It hit
Yep.
like $85 an ounce, and then it dropped like 10-15% or something
Yeah.
right after that.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's getting dangerous up here. Very volatile. Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is there's like a short squeeze that seemed really evident to everybody, but for some reason people like big players kept shorting silver. Now they can't even because the price of silver has gone up so much, they can't afford to buy enough physical silver to cover the shorts that they have open.
Yeah.
Like the shorts that they've opened on silver, they can't
Look at
cover it,
that.
so it's like it's just gonna push the price up.
The Boxing Day, the 26th of December, 10.5% up in a single day at these levels, like up here. That's incredible.
That's nasty.
It's
I mean, I
very
think it's
sharp.
going straight to 95, and then that's just gonna be its first stop.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's targets up in the hundreds. If this, if people keep trying to be cheeky and short the thing, then I think it definitely has a real good chance of going up to hundreds of dollars.
Well, I'm going to wrap this stream up. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Kwai, for joining me with it. And
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
it'll be
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It'll be the new year soon. And I'll probably stream. Once we get some activity, definitely there'll be more to talk about. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, look at this activity. New Year's here. Blah, blah, blah. All the stuff we were speculating on. Yeah.
You know
All
what
right.
that means. If you
Yeah.
don't want to miss it, make sure you hit that like and subscribe
Yeah,
button, ring the
like,
bell,
That's
and you'll be
right.
notified as soon as we come up.
I have a hunch that most of the people that tuned in today are repeat viewers. Like they always come
Yeah.
back, the loyal viewers. All right,
Most likely, but you never know. We might have caught a random in there.
maybe.
If you're a random and this is your first time here, make sure you hit the like and subscribe.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you in the new year, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good, happy new year.
Mm.
Bye.
Happy New Year, YouTube.